Hey, I want to thank everybody for tuning into a special edition Steel City Sports Run. I'm your host, Luther Dupree, joined as always by Magic Mike, Claudio, and Smoking Jim Frazier. We have a special guest in the house, special guest. All you big Steeler fans from the 70s. I'll let Claudio introduce him. He knows I'm a personal friend. Set it up, Claudio.
Yes, and I'm very glad to say that. Matter of fact, I have a tape at home my wife bought me from the LA Rams, Pittsburgh Steelers, 1975, and who's on there? Oh. Marv Kellum. And now he's sitting next to me. And I play a lot of golf tournaments. Great guy. Very popular Steeler. Great to have you here.
Thanks, guys. Glad to be here.
All the tournaments that we play in together, I'm telling you, he's one of the most popular guys out there.
Oh.
So
I
he deserves
have fun.
it.
We always have fun.
We sure do. We sure do.
Hey, we're going to get it started like we do every week with our Steel City News. And LD, this is for you.
That's right. We
all
listen to
have
you.
on hats. I even went out and got a bandana. And, well, LD, he even put your name on his hat. Go ahead, Mike. I like that. But what do you have for your Steel City News, Mike?
Well, during the show or doing the show has some benefits. Like you saw last show, we were out to Louis Lip's golf tournament, and you get to meet a lot of celebrities, a lot of older players and stuff like that. And also the local teams, sometimes like the Pirates will celebrate the '79 World Series, bring the players back. During the game against the New England Patriots, the Steelers brought back some older players and introduced people and stuff like that. And you get to meet the players, you get to see how they've made major changes in their lives. Mm-hmm. For example, Chris Fuamatu-Ma'afala was not injured, and he actually stepped on the game field on a Sunday.
Oh, man. Oh, Mike. All right. Hey, Claudia, what do you have for us?
All right. Well, obviously, it's World Series time, and during the whole baseball season and during the show, how many times I've said that which camera am I looking at? Nobody tells me. Am I looking at one here? Okay, all right, got it. Want to do that smile. Okay, anyway, I'm sick and tired of the media coaching the games. And I can't speak for football, but in baseball, the media knows more than the coach does. Yesterday, Joe Madden put Chapman in the 7th inning, and it worked, and they just strung him up. I mean, they just said all kind of bad things. It was a stupid move. It was a dumb move. And then during the season, or the playoffs, when Terry Collins took out his starting pitcher, who was blowing everybody away, he took them out really so the press wouldn't get on him. It was the right thing to do by the press. And really it was a dumb thing to do because they ended up losing the game. I think the pitch count thing every 5 minutes, this guy can only pitch 20 pitches and 62 pitches and 108 pitches. I can't stand that. It's ruining the game of baseball. The lack of personalities is hurting the game of baseball. Showmanship, you can't celebrate a home run because somebody will throw at you the next inning. The pitch count, I'm guaranteeing that the pitch count is going to be on the back of a baseball card before you know it. And as soon as they do that, no more baseball cards for me. But not enjoying, I love being a baseball coach, love watching some of the games, but disappointed in how the coaches have the big ear listening to the media, and the media is running the whole thing anymore, in my opinion.
Okay, all right. And Smoking Jim, as he's looking at the trophy, the words you're about to hear, Smoking Jim's alone, and it reflect my thinking, Mike's, Claudio's, Marv, or anybody else you're going to hear today. Smoking Jim stands alone. There you go, Smoke.
Hey, thanks, Luther. First of all, I want to encourage everybody that's watching us, probably over 300,000 people, to get out and vote. Right. Next week, most people will vote for Hillary or Trump. But there are going to be some people that write in their vote. I'm hearing that a lot of young people are going to vote for Anthony Weiner. I think Anthony Weiner is trash. Speaking of trash, Coach Tomlin quit bringing home other teams' trash. Last year, Pittsburgh Steelers brought home Jacoby Jones. He was trash. Josh Scobie was trash. Antoine Blake was trash. This year, Ladarius Green, the 6'6", 240 pounds, been out all year because he can't seem to overcome a slightly sprained ankle. Zach Mittenberger is from Louisiana, so that probably means he's the dumbest quarterback in the league. Tennessee cut him after going 0-8. San Diego cut him, two of the worst teams in the league. This year, the Pittsburgh Steelers promoted team mentor William Gay, the team captain. The Pittsburgh Steelers don't need mentors, they need tour mentors. Coach Tomlin, quit bringing in these players that are too light to fight and too thin to win. I'm not here to hate, I'm just shooting straight. The Pittsburgh Steelers don't want to be great, they just want to be 8-8.
Tim, now, early in the season, you said they were going 8-8, then you said they were going to win the Super Bowl. Now you're back to 8-8. Come on, man. You seem like you're running for office. Trump, Hillary, Smoking Jim. I'll take Smoking Jim.
I'll take Smoking Jim.
Hey, but I want to get out. We got a chance to go check out the high school football Pittsburgh City League. We're going to be there Saturday. We're handing out one of these trophies. Actually, we're handing out both of these trophies. Fans, you have a chance to help us pick. Go to the website. During the game, your vote will be counted.
No,
yeah, it will be counted. Smoking Jim's won't, but yours will be. But I was out there. The playoffs were excellent. Can we run some of those clips? It was, the first game was Perry versus UPrep. Basically, it was UPrep. It was a slaughter, 49-6, but it wasn't even that close. It was terrible. Perry, what has happened to you? I don't know what has happened, but at the end of the game, what I didn't like, he's calling timeouts. They're down 40-0. 15 seconds left. He used all 3 timeouts. But UPrep has a new song I wanted to let you all play. They want to be down with you. They want to be down. They want to be down with the youth. They want to be louder than you.
We coming to take what's ours, man. We coming to take what's ours.
All right, well, there you have it. They said they were taking it. Not an exciting game on Friday, but they have some talented young players on that team. Championship game is going to be at Couples, 2:15. Please get out there and support City League. But the best game of the playoffs was Brashear Westinghouse. Went down to the wire. Brashear went up 17-0 early. They have a great receiver, Richard Stone. As you see here, he's going to catch a long touchdown. Good catch, all hands, good speed. Seems like every time we see him, if you wear number 1 for Brashear, you're usually a pretty good receiver. And then once again, same side of the field. It's not the same play. Pump fake. And once again, Westinghouse defenders lost. Got to find the ball if you're a defender. And, of course, he had to show off a little bit with his teammates. No flag. He didn't do any Antonio Brown. He got kind of close, but he's okay. No fun league in the NFL, but they can have a little fun in the City League. But they were down 17-0. I thought it was over. I was on the Westinghouse sidelines. They said, we have faith. And then, what do you know? They have a player, number 6. He's trying to go to maybe Pitt, maybe some other schools. A lot of talent. Wade Jerko Jr., they were calling him Poppy. Yeah, he's very talented, like what they did. But once he started playing, started making some plays, here you go, number 3, the running back, Kwame Gaines got in there. And this is, Wilkinsburg merged with Westinghouse last year. It was nice. We had the Mad Dads were out there, keeping everything safe and secure. So that was a good thing. Once again, you'll see Wade again. He plays quarterback, plays running back, makes a nice pass here. I got kind of confused. I didn't know if they were running or throwing, but real exciting game. So right now it's 17-6, and you think it's almost over before halftime, but he's at quarterback. Wade gets it, runs. There's no time left on the clock, so he had to throw a Hail Mary or had to score. So he takes it all the way down. It looks like he's going to get in, stepped out at the 3-yard line. Westinghouse fans really were upset about the call, but he did step out. Mad Dads kept everything cool. They were really upset. And so they were down 17-6. But, from that, you thought it could definitely get a lot closer. What did you think about Westinghouse, Smoking Jim, this year? Did you think they would have this kind of year?
I predicted that they would win City, so I was a little
When did you
disappointed.
predict that?
In the newspaper before the season,
I got to go back. In the Courier?
Yeah.
Once again, Wade again, another long pass. They couldn't stop him on the ground, in the air. I'm still going to have to go find that article, but exciting game. So right then and there, it was 17-14. Go for the 2-point conversion once again. Gets it in. Poppy runs it in. So 17-14, 9 minutes left. You're thinking you're in for another classic game. Wade again on the handoff. I mean, he had to be so tired by the time this game was over. He did pretty much everything. Not only did he run, pass, he also punted. And Westinghouse, you never know who you're going to see. I think he was at the wrong game. He had the Kansas City flag on. He wasn't cheering. Everybody was hype at that point. Yeah, he had a little extra in there. But this is fourth quarter. They're down. They go take a, nice pass, 17-14. They score a touchdown. They take the lead. So there's not much time left. And, check out this next play. It goes right down. Nice running play. Once again, Kwame Gaines gets in. Touchdown. Everybody thought the game was over at this point. But once again, they got stoned. 15 seconds left. They're kicking the ball off. You think the game is over. Yeah, but Stone ran it down. And once again, they have a great kicker at Brashear's sideline. He nails it. Don Molinari. This is about a 35-yarder to send it to overtime. Molinaro, Italian, yeah. Molinaro. and then in overtime, they both fumbled, and Brashear said, we're going to stop playing. As soon as they got the ball back, they kicked the field goal. Game over. Man, it was one of the most exciting games of the city all year. Man, you got a feel for Westinghouse. Two schools merged, but they had a great season. Brashear is going back for the third time, as you hear him say. And that's Richard Stone. He, 2 touchdowns. Great game. Make sure you get out and check out the city. Great action. We'll be there covering. And we want to hand out a couple trophies. It should be an exciting game. Brashear, UPrep, back at it again.
Is Brashear the luckiest team in City League history? They should have lost to Alderdice 2 years in a row, but Alderdice been cursed. And now they beat Westinghouse because Westinghouse come in flat and give up a 17-0 lead. They're the luckiest team. Luck runs out this week and UPrep beats them.
I think UPrep is definitely the favorite. They pretty much dominated the City League. But let's get back to our special guest. Again, the number to call, 412-231-2288. A lot of great topics to get into. But since we have a guest, we want to jump right into Super Bowl IX.
Super Bowl IX.
Way back. Caller, we'll get you in 1 second. 16-6. Now we do have one of the plays, maybe the play of the game to kind of change it before the second half. Can we run that clip?
Oh, I think I know. Definitely, that's probably the play of the game. Yeah, definitely.
But I'm looking back at the film. I'm looking at the size of the guys. I'm like, man, some of these guys.
You should have kept that ball.
Right.
I didn't know at the
Gave it
time.
back, yeah, but just so pumped up. Man, here it is again.
We planned this. We worked on this all week long. Nobody wanted to say anything to Chuck Noll because he would have been so mad if we thought about doing this. So it worked out, thank God.
Oh, man, the nerves got to him. And wow, the fact that he couldn't get to the ball right by his right leg.
Yes, it was
And,
very good. I just had to be in the right spot at the right time and recover the fumble. I remember Donnie Shell trying to take it out of my hand because he wanted to act like he's the one who just At the time, nobody really would just get the ball back and went on about our way.
Right. And we're going to come right back. We want to get this caller because I know they're going to start coming through. Caller, say your name, where you're calling from.
This is LD from Point Breeze.
I heard about this guy.
What's on your mind, LD? How do you like Mike's hat?
Like you say that again, please?
How do you like Mike's hat with the LD on it?
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
But he almost spelled it wrong. We had to help him.
Yeah,
He's got another one.
How to spell it.
The other one's outside.
Do you think Ben's going to play Sunday?
Well, Smoker Jim, I'll let you and Marv take first shots at it.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Mark.
Is Ben going to
Is
play?
Ben going to
Sunday?
play?
Oh, that's a big question right now. In my opinion, I thought he would for sure, but I think you can't have a better backup than what's going to be Ben, no doubt about it. Whether they want to take a chance with Baltimore playing against him, if he's not 100%, I don't think he should play. It's just the fact if he gets hurt, it's a long season. We still got a long ways to go. But it's not bad having him as a backup. He's come in a few games like this and won them, so I think they might hold him out one more week, but could be a game time decision.
LD, Coach Tomlin got a history of playing injured players. He had no business playing Cam Hayward, who had a walking boot on before the first game of the season. He's been hurt all season long. Put Ben back in there after he had a torn meniscus in his knee, and played Brown last week with a hip injury. So my guess is Coach Tomlin will run him out there, injured or not.
I think Ben's going to play. Anytime you get a chance to play the Ravens, let's hope the offensive line is better this week because the Ravens and those guys are going to be going for those knees and ankles and everything else. I think he's going to play. Only thing, Ben, when he comes back from injury, usually has that game where he has to get the rust off. So.
But he might want to be the guy who saves the day and not play, not start it.
Start with Jones, let Jones stink it up, and then come in and be the hero.
Well, the best Steeler team is North Catholic. They got Joey Porter's son, Mike Tomlin's son playing, and the head coach is, Jason Gilden. So I like that. That's my Steeler team.
Hey, LD, what do you think?
If Ben starts, I hope they'll feature Bell.
Yeah.
Instead of Ben just throwing consistently.
I agree. Run them into the ground. I don't think they used them enough in the Miami game for sure. Only 10 rushes. Last week against New England, I think they used them properly. It's just a shame we couldn't pull that one out. But yeah, you definitely got to get the ball in Bell's hand, whether he plays or not. I think the offense should be the same. Running around Bell.
Chris Letang is going to play for the Penguins tonight. I don't think Roethlisberger is going to pass up a chance to be the only superstar on the disabled list for the entire week. He's going to need that press.
Hey, LD, what else you have for us?
As I hang up, who do you think is going to win the World Series tonight?
Okay, who do you have before you hang up, LD?
I'm rooting for Cleveland.
Okay, all right. Cleveland is 7.
I bet big money on the Cubs, so I hope they come through.
I said at the beginning, Cleveland doesn't have as many holes in their swings as Chicago.
That's what you see.
And I'm going to stick with that. I think Cleveland's going to win it tonight.
Well, when it started off, I wanted to see it go 7, win 1, the other team win 1, this one, win this one. But I am going to pick, I can't quite say their name, but they're next to our city here. So I am kind of rooting for them. I think they deserve to win tonight.
So many Pittsburgh people are pulling for Cleveland.
That's right.
Because they hate Chicago. They hate the Cubs, I guess.
Yeah.
Mike, what do you think?
Well, I hate to see Chicago win because they bought the team. I hate to see it all based on how much money you can spend to buy pitchers. I'd hate to see Cleveland call themselves a city of champions. So I hope it's a tie.
I like that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Cleveland. I think they jumped up 3-1, got a little full of themselves, but now I think it's over tonight. I think it's going to be a close game, 2-1. You heard it here first. I think Kluber's going to shut them down, and Cubs will continue their misery.
Lou, you look like you just stepped out of Compton.
Yeah, I'm dressing like you, Smoking Jim. I don't know how you do it. It's hot in this hat and a do-rag. Man. Hey, but LD.
He didn't do it right. He's covering the ears. He's not supposed to cover the ears.
Hey, LD, we did it for you, man. Hats, bandanas, LD hats. Thanks for the call. All right, again, a number to call, 412-231-2288. Marv, I just want to get into it a little more. Back at 74, you were a free agent, and I guess it was a little different back then. How did that work that you ended up with the Steelers? I know Wichita State.
Wichita State, yes. I went to Wichita State. Back then, well, of course, they had the draft, and I really didn't follow the draft. I really didn't think about getting drafted or going and playing ball in the NFL.
Okay.
So after the draft, there was actually, I think it was 4 of us from my college seniors that actually made the team. And my roommate, Ray Burford, he actually got contacted by Dallas.
Okay.
And he told me that Dallas was looking for me. But I went and talked to Lionel Taylor right before that. And of course, they offered me this scholarship, or offered this contract. And when I signed it, I just assumed I was on the team. I didn't really understand. I didn't hear these guys, Andy Russell, Jack Ham, and Henry Davis, all these guys. So I signed it, and they gave me $1,500. Well, $1,500 to me back then, that was a lot of money.
Right.
So I just assumed I was automatically on the team. But that's what they did. After the draft, they would go around and sign free agents.
Okay. So then you had your two-a-days, and now, a couple weeks ago, I know you heard Ben said some of the practices were too tough. Now, back then, you all had two-a-days.
What
was that like?
I think it were 4 days.
4 days.
Actually, I came in '74. That's when they had the player strike.
Okay.
Which allowed a lot of the free agents, myself, Donnie Shell, Reggie Garrett, Randy Grossman, there was a lot of us made the team, but probably wouldn't have made the team if the veterans been there.
Okay.
But I remember the veterans were on strike, so we went through two-a-days for I forget how many weeks it was. And then when the players finally settled, Chuck Noll was in one of his nasty moods, so we went through 2-a-days again. So I call them 4-a-days. We went through 2-a-days twice. Wow. There was actually a couple of guys that ended up quitting just because they couldn't take it. I mean, it was rough. It really was.
Wow.
And the veterans coming in, they were a little bit mad at us for being there, and they kind of was trying to take it out on us.
Now, we had Louis Lifts on the show a few weeks ago, or no, last month. I think,
Right.
And he said that John Stallworth took him under his wing. Who took you under his wing?
Actually, I was a defensive end in college, and Wichita State was kind of a small college. I was actually there the first year. They had a plane crash in 1970, and most of the varsity guys were killed in the plane crash. They made us freshmen eligible to play. So I played I bounced around from defensive back to defensive end. I ended up playing some defensive tackle. So when I went to the Steelers, they put me as linebacker. And I had no idea how to do it. Woody Woodenoff one time, that was a linebacker coach, he kind of laughed at me. He goes, "You don't even know how to line up." I said, "I've never done this before." But it was kind of Jack Lambert and I kind of hit it off. I don't know, maybe two crazy guys, I don't know what it is. He was pretty intense, and I started playing the same position he did. And we kind of stuck together in the room with him, and some good stories from there.
How good was Henry Davis?
Henry Davis, he retired a year in '74.
Before the season?
Before, yes.
Okay.
He never showed. He got hurt, I think, the year before that, and that actually opened up the door for myself.
Okay.
And,
So he didn't even come to training camp?
no, I don't think he was even at the training camp.
Okay.
But he played quite a few years with them, I know.
Yeah.
When they drafted Lambert, I didn't think they met Lambert to be a middle linebacker, but because he was thin. He was 215, 6'4". So we weren't very big back then.
But he could hit though, obviously.
Yes.
And you know what? Stars back then could have. I think Jim and I talked about they would even be better today, in my opinion. Maybe the size wasn't there. They certainly had the heart, the fire, and.
Well, I agree. A lot of guys very athletic. Jack Ham was very athletic. Lauren Taves.
Taves, yeah.
There was always somebody every year was going to take my job, but
Right.
the guy was twice my size, could bench press, whatever. But I always was keep my feet. You got to keep your feet. Make tackles. You got to get to the ball.
Yes, sir. Okay. Now, we talk about the great teams. Your team, comes up, and now they talk about the Patriots, other teams. What do you go on that? How good was your team? I mean,
definitely defense was very. We've had how many teams, no points and stuff. The defense dominated back then.
Right.
There wasn't too many teams could run on us. And the offense, we had some weapons we didn't know about. You got Stallworth and Lynn Swan, and Hall of Famers and everything. But the first year they really didn't use them that much. We had Franco and Rocky Blyer come along, so we did a lot of running back in. I mean, I think the Super Bowl, I think Bradshaw only had like 150, 200 yards passing. It wasn't that much because we relied on the run and eating the clock.
It was only when I looked, it was only like 14, 15 pass attempts. I'm like, man, guys get that in one quarter nowadays.
It's a completely different game.
Yeah, it's a different game.
Yeah.
Guys like Mel Blount, he kind of discouraged passing.
They changed the rule, the Mel Blount rules, right?
Yes, there wasn't.
Well, nowadays, I mean, they don't even let you. You can't do anything. Obviously, back then with Blunt, Edwards, and then Shell, and then the other guys like Tatum. We talked about
Wagner.
Wagner. I'm talking about around the entire league. It was just a different ballgame, much more physical. The wide receivers really had to be
physical
themselves.
Yeah.
How'd you guys keep Ernie Holmes out of jail? Was that a full-time job? Did somebody watch him?
Ernie was my buddy. Ernie and I and Jack Lamb, we all kind of hung out together. Why? All three of us. Can you imagine all three of us? There's so many stories about Ernie. Ernie, you couldn't say too much. Probably the only person who could talk to Ernie was probably Joe Green.
Wow.
There was a story one time. Ernie wasn't doing too good in the game. I don't know if you heard the story. And
No, I didn't.
Joe sent him off. And George Purtis, the defensive line coach, he's looking out there, and there's 10 guys out there. And he goes, "Ernie, what are you doing? Get in there." He goes, He said, "Why aren't you going in?" He says, "Because Joe told me not to get out." He said, "If you're not going to play good enough, get on out."
Wow.
So they played a couple plays without Ernie. So Joe finally motioned for him to come in, and Ernie was allowed to come back in and play again.
Oh, man.
But Ernie changed a few rules himself. Back then they had the head slap.
Oh, yeah.
So that was Ernie's first move was head
Make you a
slap.
little dizzy.
He wasn't real big, but he's very powerful.
Can you imagine, again, can you imagine that today?
Well,
Oh,
now
my
you can't touch
You can't do
anybody.
anything.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. You breathe on Brady on his helmet, you're getting the penalty. Hey, let's jump to the phone lines. Caller, say your name where you're calling from.
Hey guys, this is Sean from the North Side.
Hey, Sean, what's going on?
How's it going?
Good,
All right,
good.
all
How are
right.
you?
It's going good. Can't wait to work with you guys this Saturday for City League Championship.
Oh, yeah.
You guys know who I'm rooting for due to my godson being on UPrep.
Right, right. Hey, I can't wait to see, DeMore Macklin.
Even
Yeah.
though UMac beat Prep beat Perry by
They
50,
didn't just beat him, they destroyed him.
you still cheering for them?
They embarrassed Perry.
Well, Smoking Jim and Luther, y'all know that's my alma mater. But, when they closed down Oliver, everybody thought that Perry would be good. But, you got people that run certain Major League organizations on the North Side, and they're sending their kids to Whippeal and Catholic schools, even though they live in the city of Pittsburgh. But we're not going to get into that. That's one of the reasons why
Can't
Perry's
blame
not
them for
doing
that.
And then you got
Hey,
Smoking
they're-
Jim
they're-
sending everybody to
those-
Gateway,
Hey, Smoking Jim, those kids are not winning in the Whippeal either. So
especially if
it
they
is
go to
what it is.
Gateway.
Well, I can't wait to work with you guys on Saturday. I'll be able to work even though, my godson will be on the field, but I can't wait to see you guys. Just a couple of questions. Mr. Marv, can you run down some of the coaches you had on the coaching staff for the Steelers? When you
Original
were
coaches.
there, especially the defensive coaches?
Yes, trying to remember them all. Well, of course, Chuck Noll was the head coach, and George Perlis was the defensive line coach, and Woody Woodenhofer was the linebacker coach. That's my coach and stuff. And as far as special teams coach, we really didn't have special teams. It was kind of a Paul Urim. They didn't really specialize back then too much. They didn't special teams. Chuck Noll kind of took it over. Okay. And who else? The quarterback coach over
about
Chuck Noll.
Rakowski?
Oh yeah, Dan Redkowski. That was for the offensive line. And Lionel Taylor,
Lionel
who
Taylor.
was a wide
Wide
receiver
receiver
coach. So
Dick Hoke.
yes,
Dick, yeah.
been there forever and everything. But they had a good group of guys. I mean,
That's a pretty good
Yeah.
had some
that's a
people
great
good to work
list.
with.
And Todd Haley was the ball boy.
Yes,
Did you think Todd Haley would be a coach back? Well, he was so young back
he
then.
was young.
But he was groomed.
Yes.
Just a couple things. I'm going with the Chicago Cubs tonight to win. The reason why I'm going with the Cubs.
I
is
need the
because-
money.
No. The reason why I'm going with the Cubs is because they made shrewd trades, getting Arrieta, getting other players on their roster, and when they had to spend the money, unlike the Pirates, they spent the money, and hopefully we can see while we're living, the Pirates make the World Series again. I don't know with this ownership group, but it remains to be seen.
How old are you, Sean?
I was running around in diapers when they won their first World Series. I was 1 year old in 1979.
Well, you're not
they're
going to
big-
live that long.
They're big.
Well, maybe Mark Cuban will buy the Pirates.
Well, no, because none of you ain't selling them because they're making a good buck
That's
on
true.
it. But their big move this winter, well, not winter yet, but they got rid of Schofield, the third base coach, and Nick Leyva. That's going to change everything. Right there. That's going to do it.
There's a little sarcasm there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Kutch will be back. He'll be back to MVP level.
I hope so. I mean, like I said,
Before he gets-
I like
before he
Hurdle
gets
a ton.
traded.
I like Hurdle a lot, and I think he deserves a good team. And the fans deserve a good team. And they didn't say what they said they were going to do. They said, once we start winning, we're going to keep it
Yes,
going.
they did.
And they didn't.
And Kutch ain't been much since he cut his hair. That's a bad move.
And like I said, with last year, besides the Cubs, okay, the Pirates definitely, they were in it until the last couple of weeks. And all they had to do was a few moves. They didn't even, again, here sums up their whole season, Sean. They traded Neil Walker basically for Antonio Bastardo.
Wow.
A guy that they let go.
Yeah.
So there it is right there.
Terrible.
And a question for Mike McLord. Mike, with the Penguins just signing the goalie who helped them win the Stanley Cup while Andre Fleury was out, I forget his name. Do you think they're going to be making either a trade, or which goalie would you think they would let go with the expansion draft, with the Las Vegas getting an expansion team, I guess, starting next year? Because I guess they're going to have a lot of money tied up in the 2 goalies, and usually in the NHL, you usually don't do that.
Right. Well, they're only allowed to protect 1 goalie in the expansion draft, so they're gonna have to make a decision. Murray's starting tonight. It's his first start this year. He played in the World Cup. In 2 minutes, he let in 4 goals. So, we'll see how he looks, I guess, during the season. Personally, I would keep Fleury, but Fleury's getting older now. They got to start looking for a backup for him, but I imagine they're going to lose one of the guys in the expansion draft. Like I said, I would personally keep Fleury, but who knows?
Wow. Okay, Mike. I thought sure you would say Murray. Okay, but definitely Fleury. I think it's going to be Murray that they keep just because he's younger.
Cheaper.
Like you said, he hasn't been playing well.
Cheaper.
Younger, cheaper. That usually is a ticket.
This is like Comedy Central. A black man asking a question about hockey, and a black man answering it. You know how ridiculous you sound.
Just because you don't
Stay
know
in your lane.
you don't know the difference between a football and a basketball. Some of us do. Smoking Jim.
He still think Yager plays for the
Right?
Penguins.
What else is on your mind, Sean?
Just one thing about college football. I know there was a lot going on when Penn State lost to Pitt, but the ironic thing is Penn State has an outside shot of making the playoffs, especially depending if Michigan loses a game before they play Michigan and Ohio State. They play at the end of the year. Penn State could sneak backdoor into the college football playoff. And who would have thought that when they lost to Pitt?
Well, Sean, Terry Smith, assistant head coach of Penn State, did a great job of turning that program around. Congratulations to the Gateway High School product.
There you go. I give a little more credit to Franklin, but that win against Ohio State was huge. Nobody saw that coming. But come on, Penn State's not going to the playoffs. I mean, I know you're a Nittany line, Sean, but they have no chance.
They jumped all the way to 12, though.
Yeah, they jumped to 12.
Yeah.
I'm shocked about that. But I look for them to come crashing back down to earth, Sean. I'm sorry, man. I just don't see it.
If you look at Penn State's schedule, okay, they lost to Michigan, but they beat Ohio State.
You're right.
If Michigan loses one game before the Michigan-Ohio State game, that will determine if Penn State, long as Penn State win the rest of their games. And I don't think Penn State has a hard schedule.
No, they don't. They don't have a hard schedule, but I just think they may slip up, and I don't see Michigan losing anybody in the Big Ten other than possibly Ohio State. That's going to be a
They had
battle.
a couple close
Hey,
games
guys,
already.
can I say one more thing?
Yeah, sure.
Before you get going. Westinghouse beat Carrick 70-something to 8
71
in
to
the
8.
last game of the City League playoffs. When they played against Brashear in the playoffs, they lost to Brashear. One of the reasons why they lost to Brashear, they don't have no kicker.
Right.
One thing I would like to put out to all these midget league coaches is that invest time into teaching kids at the midget league level to learn how to punt, long snap, and be place kickers.
Yeah.
Schools are giving away money for those 3 positions. I posted on my Facebook page, someone said, well, coaches don't take the time out. Well, there's a young lady down at Collinsville High School. She was a good baseball player. She gets to high school, Madison Wiltrout. She started throwing the javelin. Her and her mother learned throwing the javelin through YouTube. Her sophomore year, she broke the high school record throwing the javelin. Now, she hurt her arm in the process, but she's won 3 state titles, and she learned throwing the javelin through YouTube. So there's no excuse for none of these midget league coaches around here to teach kids learn how to kick.
Hey, Sean, what's the 3 things they need to learn in the city?
They need to learn how to long snap, kick, and punt.
You're asking for kids to get bullied. Come on, man.
No,
you can't do that, man. Don't get bullied.
Ask the Westinghouse team right now. I bet they wish they would have practiced their special teams a little more. They weren't sound in the kicking game, and that's why they're not playing in the championship. Ask those seniors.
With the popularity of soccer, you would think that maybe the kicking would be better. I know when I was in high school,
I don't know how good the soccer program is at Westinghouse.
Aliquippa got 14 WPIL NIL champions and never had a kicker. They don't play soccer.
But
in
listen.
El Equipa, they don't play soccer in the city. You don't need no kicker, man.
That's why Bashir is going to the championship.
Gene Bingo Mingo don't have no kids, brother.
That's why Bashir's in the championship. And if you remember, a couple years when we did the championship, that's why they won it, because they had a kicker. So you're right, Sean.
You want a black kicker? You want
I definitely agree with you, Sean. That other yin yang that Smoker Jim is talking about, I don't get. Gateway has a kicker. That's about all they have.
He's white.
That's about all they have.
I bet you they didn't recruit that kid from the city like their other players out Gateway.
Hey, Sean, I appreciate that, man. We got a couple calls we have to get to, man.
Thanks, Sean.
All right, Sean.
Hey, Sean.
Easy, Sean.
Hey, let's stay on the phone lines. Call us, say your name, where you're calling from.
Hey, this is Sean from South Park. How you guys doing?
All right,
Sean.
all right.
Pretty good, sir.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on. Last time we talked about the so-called best City League basketball team in the history of Pittsburgh.
Okay.
But that didn't work out too well. Did Smoking Jim.
Smoking Jim's been on a string of bad predictions lately.
I had to, okay? I had to. Now, I just wanted to call in real quick. I had a question for you guys. I know the comments Cam Newton made the other day about how much he's hit, how the referees aren't paying attention to him. That was real big on sports radio the other day. Also, how Ben Roethlisberger came out and said that maybe they should think about changing their offense if he's worried about getting hit so much because they run that read option. I just wanted to hear your thoughts on that.
Sure.
Should they change their offense? I mean, does Cam have a complaint, or should he just shut up and play?
Well, you got to be careful with your wording when you say Ben came out. Well, Cam Newton, I said in the Super Bowl that Cam Newton lost his team when he didn't go for that fumble when they were only down by a touchdown, and it's turning out true. He lost his team. You got to show some heart in that situation. He didn't go for a fumble, man.
Smoking Jim, that has nothing to do with the hits he's taking.
And plus, him and his dad got paid at Auburn.
He had to get that
You
in.
had to throw that in there. Listen, man, when you're a quarterback, we're not talking back when Marv played where Terry Bradshaw, I
Roger
saw him get
Staubach, Roman
suplexed
Gabriel, those
on
guys
his
got
head.
pounded.
Turkey Jones,
Yeah,
yeah.
Turkey Jones.
Right now, as a quarterback, guys can't touch you.
Right.
When you're a quarterback and you haven't had a personal foul called on you in 2 years, something's wrong with that pitcher. I agree, you run that offense, you're going to get hit. But the stuff he was taking against Denver, man, I saw James Harrison got fined $300,000 for those hits.
Yeah.
They should have definitely been called. He did come out kind of whining because, when he's winning, he's smiling, he's dabbing and doing all that. And then when he's losing and getting hit, I got to talk to Goodell. I don't feel safe.
Next month,
Come on, Cal. You got to be the same
next month
to me.
you should dress up like Al Sharpton.
Oh, he is.
Listen, I'm not dressing up with a headband and a hat and a do-rag like you ever again. It's hot in this thing. What do you think, Marv?
Well, he is a big man. I mean, I think that's one of the things that they have rules for the quarterback. You got to slide feet first. And I know as a defensive player, as a linebacker, we hate when the quarterback runs for the first down.
Yes,
You're
sir.
dropping back.
Yes, sir.
So if a quarterback's coming at you and he slides feet first, you got to dive over. Now that's the rules they have.
Unless you're Alex Smith.
Yeah.
Alex Smith got hit twice.
But
sliding.
if he's lowering his shoulder or is not doing what he's supposed to do and he's taking the hit, well, you're going to get the hits. The guys are coming up and they're going to make you pay for getting that first down.
What
So
was Lambert's famous quote? Put a skirt
put
on
a skirt on him.
Well, that's pretty much what they've done to the quarter.
Right.
Unless you're Cam, you're Big Ben, or you're one of those bigger quarterbacks, they could almost tee off on you. But the Brady's and those
Right.
guys, you can't go near
Well, Ben
their
don't want
head
him to
or their
call.
knee.
Ben doesn't want him to blow the
And
whistle.
one of the reasons why Cam and Ben get so much hits, though, is because of how big they are. Like you just said, I mean, Cam's like 6'6", 250. Ben's around the same as that. I mean, and you look at a guy like Brady, who's probably 6'4", 220.
Right.
And not nearly as big as bulky as those guys are. And also, Cam and Ben really welcome the contact. They almost like a low post player in basketball. You know what I mean? Like in that regard.
What's your name again?
Sean.
Hey, Sean, I think we're going to get rid of somebody on this panel, brother. We got to promote you, bro.
Yeah, we gotta get you on here, Sean. I
He
like
makes
that.
a lot of sense, man.
Hey, one more question, if I could.
Sure.
What do you guys think of the 6 classifications this year in football? A lot of good teams seem to be on the outside looking in for the playoffs, especially Beaver.
Oh,
They were the number
Beaver.
one team in the state. Going into Friday night, they lost, and now they didn't make the playoffs.
That is a travesty. I agree. There's no way Beaver 8-2 is not in the playoffs. They beat Aliquippa.
That Darius Wise kid is good.
Yeah,
Who's the
They
only one that
beat-
had
they
him
beat
number one in
Aliquippa.
preseason?
They beat
Nobody heard of
Aliquippa
him.
head to head, but Aliquippa gets in because their other loss was the Clarendon. Definitely something's
Well, no,
wrong with that.
Aliquippa got in. Aliquippa got in because the 4 teams tied.
Right.
And they were a team.
Correct him, Sean. That's right.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying head to head. There's no way they should be in there, and Beaver beat them head to head. 8-2. Oh man, it's a shame that a team that good is not going to get a chance to get in the playoffs.
Well, the one thing I can say,
That's
I
wrong.
love the 6 classifications
'Cause Gateway got to move down.
Because they eliminate the intramural schools. Class A and AA will no longer be at Heinz Field. I'm happy about that. I got tired of sitting through those two
Stop lying.
games.
You're happy because Gateway got to slide down to 5A, and now they may have a chance of winning a Whitfield. I don't know. I don't. What do you think about it, Claudio, Mike, Marv? The 6
Well,
classifications.
I mean, NA always has a good team. I
Yes,
think
sir.
a lot of it's coaching. No matter how many kids you have, you can still come up with good players and stuff. But I do realize that it's hard to play against some schools that are like twice your number
Right.
and everything.
Right. Good point.
You know, I played 8-man football back in my days and stuff.
What?
And yeah, we didn't have enough kids to play.
8-man football.
8-man football.
Wow. Okay.
My graduating class, we only had 20 kids. It's a little bit bigger nowadays.
Wow.
But that's farm country out in Kansas.
Topeka, Kansas, right?
Yes.
All right.
But yeah, you can draw for more kids. It doesn't mean there's more talent there, but you see a lot of kids moving from this area to that area for some reason, maybe for housing or whatever it is, and they are bringing the kids, the scholar, athletic kids there.
All right, Sean. What are your thoughts about it?
Well, I mean, obviously it's a shame that Beaver's not in the playoffs, but I mean, that's the system that they have right now. I mean, unfortunately this year in AAA especially, you've got 4 best teams all in one section and 3 of them make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, it was bound to happen. I mean, by far and away in AAA, Aliquippa, Beaver Falls, Central Valley, and Beaver are probably the 4 best teams.
Right.
And unfortunately, that's just how it is. I mean, they could have done other things because the reason was the Whitfield, I guess, wanted to have 4 games at Heinz Field and not 3. So they could have probably gone to maybe a 12 or 16-team field in 3A, but because they wanted to play the games at Heinz Field, they had to go to 8. And now the team in AAA actually gets a bye the week after Heinz Field now into the semifinals. Because of that.
Good point.
Hey, Sean, appreciate the call, man. We definitely got to get you on here. Make sure you keep calling every month, man. We appreciate that.
Will do. Love the show, guys.
Thank you.
You guys do a great job.
All right,
thanks, Sean.
Thanks. Hey, let's stay on the phone lines. Caller, say your name, where you're calling from.
Gentlemen, it's Kelly Russell.
What's up, Kelly?
Hey, Kelly.
What's happening, Kelly?
Hey, how's everybody? doing?
All right, man. How you doing, Kel?
Hey, man, I got to give it up to that kid in Sean in South Park, for real. This just shows you how far removed I am from high school football. I had no idea Beaver didn't make the playoffs. That's crazy. An 8-2 team, who, like you said, Lou, beat Aliquippa head up, did not make the playoffs because of the new system.
That's ridiculous, man.
terrible.
That's terrible. There's teams that won less than them that are in the playoffs, but because of it's the whole.
Hey, it's only
that's
3A. It's only 3A ball. Who cares?
one of the most exciting players to play in Whitfield this year doesn't have a chance.
I took heat when I had him rated number 1. Nobody heard of him. Everybody beat me up. Now everybody was patting him on the back. Nobody's giving me credit. I'm the first one that I found him.
So you
I'm
should
like
be out there
Christopher-
saying they
I'm
should
like
be out
Christopher
there.
Columbus. I discovered him. I'm happy
gosh.
because he's actually a better basketball player. I can't wait to watch him play basketball. I'm happy they didn't make it. I wasn't going to watch 3A ball anyway.
What's the kid's name again? Smoking, just so I can potentially be on the lookout for him in basketball.
Darius Wise. He only got one scholarship
Darius
offer.
Wise.
That's the
Yeah, Wise.
BYU for basketball. No football offers yet. Pitt's coaches is too busy throwing their hats on the sideline than scouting these guys from Armstrong and Beaver.
Well, let's just say we know Pitt coaches, when it comes to basketball, don't like to recruit local talent when the talent is good enough to play Division I at Pitt.
I'm trying to think. Well, who was the last guy from Pitt, from our area, that played for Pitt?
DeJuan Blair was the
DeJuan
last.
Blair.
DeJuan Blair.
Before him?
Before him, I think it's been a while before.
wow.
I don't want to say Darrell Porter.
Darrell Porter?
Was it? Is that long?
couldn't have been
Darrell
that
Porter, DeJuan?
Or was it Billy Knight?
Oh gosh.
Keith Starr?
So,
Valley,
so you're right,
1973.
Kelly. It's like pretty much almost every 20 years.
Wow.
They get
And
one.
we all know, and just a quick side note, we all know that DeJuan, DJ, Dre Kane, Terrell Pryor, I'll put him in the conversation just because initially him and Herb Pope were supposed to go to Pitt
Right.
before they both backed out. And we know Pryor went to Ohio State. Speaking of which, shout out to Terrell Pryor finally playing wide receiver, doing his thing in the NFL.
Yes,
Hey, Kelly.
We
yes.
all know that Josh team should have all been at Pitt, period, point blank.
I agree. We said that. We said that when we saw him. I mean, you're talking Blair, Pope, Pryor. That team was loaded. Kennedy, Kane. Yes,
And
you're right.
all of those dudes should
I
have been
love-
there. There's no way.
You know what? That could have been our version of the Michigan State. What did they call them? The Flint.
Hey, Kelly.
The
The
Flint.
Flintstones.
The what?
The Flintstones.
The Flintstones.
Flintstones.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Kelly. I bet Darrell Reeves wish Pryor would have went basketball.
Well,
Pryor
Reeves.
put it on Reeves, didn't he?
Listen, you can't say Reeves Island. There's a whole lot of
He's
people.
done.
There's a whole lot of people making hay on this island right now. They need to go back to a regular defense. You can't have them on the island.
Father Time catches it
That's
all.
it.
The
That's
second
it.
half, Darrell shut down Terrell.
What'd you say?
The second half, I thought they said Darrell got the better half of that matchup in the second half.
Oh, there you
I
guys
kind
go
of think
with
it might
that.
have been. I think it kind of might have been Cleveland.
Hey, I'm just happy they were able to swap jerseys. You had two Western PA kids out there doing their thing. I'm always proud about that, man.
Yeah,
really
yeah.
am.
I didn't
That's
like
true.
it.
We do have some clips we wanted to show Terrell Pryor too.
Yeah, let's show that.
That's what the
What you
Steelers
been
going to go.
waiting on?
I bet he's going to do some stuff against the Steelers. though.
Yeah, he's the best receiver in football.
Okay,
And the best
Jim,
quarterback.
Jim, you gotta
And the
stop.
best quarterback.
You gotta stop this, man. First you said he was the best quarterback ever. Now he's the best wide receiver.
And the third
ever.
best kicker. He didn't even kick.
3 Heismans, right? You did the Bino Cook. He's gonna win 4 Heismans in college. Yes, he's a great athlete. He's a improving receiver, but best. Come on, we got the best here with Antonio Brown.
He's not a big tipper, I can tell you that.
Oh, how you know, Smoke? Hey, but Marv, real quick. Okay, go ahead. We'll get right back to Marv. What else, Cal?
No, I was about to say, go ahead, ask Mark the question. I'm cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Marv, I was just going to say, Antonio Brown, man. Mm-hmm. How do you have you watched him much?
Yes.
And what do you think when you see him and you play with some great Starworth and Swan? How does he stack up?
He's so quick.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got the speed, no doubt, but he is quick. I mean, Swan and Stallworth were, agile and athletic people and stuff. Do they have the quickness that he does? I don't know about that. It's a different time. I mean, these backdoor passes and those kind of passes we didn't do back then. Right. I don't know how a defensive back. I wouldn't want to be a defensive back nowadays.
Let me ask you a question. Would Antonio Brown do well in the 70s, and Swan and Stallworth, would they do well now?
Ooh, good one.
That was a hell of a question.
That was a good one.
Every now and then, Claudia.
Well, Antonio may not have been that well against Mel Blount coming off the line. It's just the fact you're not going to get off the line what they did now. I'm sure Louis said they could use their hands a lot more when he played and stuff. But I'm sure either way, both of them can play in both leagues. And Antonio can take the hits. I know you've seen him take hits, no doubt about it. He's fast and quick, but the quickness he has is it's tough to match.
Well, I already seen him pretty much play in the 70s when Burfict knocked him out. So I already know what it would look like
Yeah, well,
with Antonio Brown in the
Not
70s.
too many guys can take that hit, I don't think.
Nah, there's not, you know. And that wasn't even one of the greatest hits you see in the 70s.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't even a Jack Tatum hit.
But listen, you're playing in a game where that's not allowed. It's different. If you're playing, you know you can get hit
Right.
like that. Things are a little different. I don't think you go in. When you go in thinking, hey, I can't get
Different mental approach.
blasted, yeah, it's a different mental, to me. Like I said, I never played at that level, but as a receiver, I don't think you're going in like that.
You
When you know
to
you got Tatum's looking to paralyze
Yes.
somebody out there. It's a different feeling. You're telling the quarterback, keep it low and away.
Yeah, you definitely talk to the quarterback before the game starts. You definitely want to let him know that you're not going to be doing that, reaching out, the Odell
you-
catching above your head,
Yeah,
something
you-
like that.
Hey,
You're
Brad
like
Sutton
alligators,
gets-
right?
When no Tatum's out there, you sit in the middle, you'll get these alligator arms.
Yes,
You might
exactly.
get a pick.
Yeah.
Hey,
Can't blame
Kel,
him.
you still there?
I'm still here cracking up like crazy.
All right, man. What else you have? Because we have one more question, one more caller, Kel.
All right, well, looking forward to the city championship
Yes.
on Saturday. Hey,
Can't
Smokey, like I said, the Parkway is closed. I'm just making sure you know that the Parkway is closed and that the game is at 2:15.
Thanks.
Yes.
I would have been late if you didn't let me know.
Oh, thanks, Kel. Yes, 2:15. Pittsburgh, all you surrounding communities, come on out and make sure you get on the website. Help us pick the player of the game.
Go you
it's gonna
Prep.
be, it's going to be exciting. No cheering, Smoker.
I'm
We
not
have to be
cheering.
objective.
Okay.
When you say go you prep, that's cheering. Hey, Kel, thanks, man.
Thanks,
Let's
Kelly.
get this last call. Caller, say your name where you're calling from.
I am calling from Virginia Beach.
Oh, my
Okay.
gosh.
Oh, I love Virginia Beach.
I love the voice.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I just want to say I'm a Pittsburgh born and bred girl, and I miss the city very much. I've been gone for about 6 years, and there's a man on your panel I was involved with for over 25 years,
Okay.
Mr. Mike McGlory, and he's a wonderful addition to your panel, and I just wanted to say hi. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Sharon. How you doing?
Hi, sweetie. Just want to say I'm enjoying the show as always, and I just want to say hi.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
She had 4 other guys sweating up
doing?
there.
We're like 20. Really got hot. Woo. I had to take it off. It got hot. I said, oh, Marv. I said, Marv going to be in trouble when he leaves this.
Oh, I thought Luther was Sean Kidd.
Yeah.
Then we took the singer off, took his hat off, and it's Sean
Oh,
Kidd.
man.
I wanted to say I really enjoy your show.
Well, thanks.
Michael taught me over the years much about sports. I'm a total sports fanatic, and I look forward to coming back to Pittsburgh and visiting, and I really miss you, Michael, and I love your show.
Glad you like it. Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Have a
you
good
so
one.
much.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye. All right, Mike.
caller
I
of
ain't
the year.
seen,
That's a
I ain't
caller
seen
of the
Mike
year.
smiling so much. He's like, oh, yeah, okay, Sharon. Hey, Marv, we have to wrap up. Thank you so much again
Thank
you,
Marv.
for coming on
That
the
was
show.
fun.
But any thoughts? Now, we do have a lot of youngsters that watch the show. What advice can you give them if they want to reach that next level quickly?
It's competition's there. I mean, it's. I had nephews back in Kansas that everybody's a star. You're a star in high school. You're a star in college. It's just competition is going to get bigger and bigger all the time. If you enjoy the sport and you love doing it, play the sport. I mean, I firmly believe that you should play football, basketball, baseball, and all the sports. Don't be just doing one sport. Enjoy yourself. Have fun.
Was Sean Riggins the greatest talent to ever come out of Kansas?
I don't know about that. There's a few of them coming out of there.
Gail Sears?
Gail Sayers did all right.
That's right. Yes, they did.
One thing I thought the viewers were going to get on this, the concussions. In your career, I mean, now, a lot of people say, man, I must have had 10 concussions. How I know before, were concussions handled? And how
Well,
many do you
we
think
all
you may
know.
have had?
You all know about the smelling salts
Right.
and everything else. And yes, you played the game back then. It's not right to do. I coached Little League with my sons and stuff, and I made some stupid things with my youngest son. I was ready to put him back in the game when he got knocked out. I just didn't know at the time.
Right.
It's just my mentality that he'll be all right. But nowadays, they've proven it hurts you, and you need that rest time, which is, it's a good thing. It's a good thing for all the kids, your sons and everybody.
Yeah, I know. It hit the 70s team pretty hard, with Webster, but
Right.
As we saw in the movie, it looks like at least some good came out of it,
Right.
where they started taking it more seriously,
Right.
which it should have been all around
Right.
when they had the information. So.
All the pads, the helmets, tackling techniques, everything's working better. I mean, football's a great sport. I mean, I wouldn't trade nothing I've done, for doing that. I think all the kids should experience it, and if you enjoy contact and love that feeling of camaraderie and just being with guys, that's the most fun part.
I know
I
you
think.
closed up a lot of bars in your day.
No, we won't go there. Jack did, not me. I left early.
You left early. All right, Smoker Jim, real quick. Any final thoughts? We'll go down the line. We have 3 minutes left.
Armstrong is in trouble. Gateway will shut him down. I'm predicting that.
That means put your money on Armstrong. Gateway's out first round again.
He's a professional gambler, though.
That's right.
Ooh, I wouldn't. I'll take his money. I'm gonna just start seeing what you bet. I'm going the opposite, Smoker Jim. Claudio.
Well, you know what? Marv has a event here on December 3rd at Highmark Stadium.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Bunch of Steelers: Rocky Blyer, Louis Lips, Greg Bingham, Craig Hoke, Charlie Batch, Mel Blunt.
We'll get other people to come there and all that. It's for the
It'll be fun.
local charities for college scholarships.
Okay.
And you can go on the website. I'm sure they know more about it here. And looking for people to come out and have a good time.
And I got to say, because my partner's watching, RNC Celebrity Sports and Entertainment.
There it is.
We have to do that. It's something I wanted to do for a lot of years. I've been fortunate enough to know a lot of good guys like Marv, and we're going to do some things for them, get some speaking engagements, some product endorsements, all kind of things. So I'm excited about that. More news on that coming up soon. I'm always doing something, you know me.
You got to keep busy.
Always
keep
busy.
Keep young.
And Mike, I mean, it seems like every show you have somebody calling in. Man, you had a couple guys sweating over there. Any final thoughts, Mike?
You took the hat off, the do-rag, and everything.
It was hot, man. I don't know how you do it, Smoker Jim.
Cool, calm, man.
Right?
Yeah, it's too hot under these lights with this jacket on. That's
Right.
for sure.
All right. Mike, no final thoughts?
No, yeah. The NBA got started up. Cleveland looks pretty good. Probably going to go back to the finals again. I'd say probably play Golden State again. But Chicago looks pretty good too this year, and I think better look out for them.
Phil Jackson's proven again he's overrated, but go ahead.
And he's already stepping on Jeff Hornacek's toes. He's already coaching. Listen, Cleveland can win it all, but when I saw that Tristan left his girlfriend who was 7 months pregnant and got a Kardashian, I said,
That's it. That's the kiss
LeBron
of
said,
death.
keep her away from the team. Tristan said, she's coming. So I'm seeing some dissension already. Chloe destroyed one team already. I hope she doesn't do it to my Cavs. But Golden State, yes, they're offensively they're good, but defensively they're weak inside. I'm calling Cleveland, San Antonio.
There you go, San Antonio. There you go.
San Antonio looks terrific.
San Antonio.
Leonard is amazing. Simmons he's going to go. But we got
What would
to
Popovich
30
do if
seconds.
Kardashian came around?
Oh man, you might not see her anymore.
No.
Hey, that being said, check us on our website, SC Sports World. We'll check her out next time. Peace.